Howdy do, y'all. Tables here. Been a bit MIA with the videos, partly because I've been kind of testing other builds and seeing what I'm enjoying. And generally, I play minions, but I'm honestly not really enjoying any of the other minions. We did a flame golem build, and it just didn't really feel super good. Flame golems just was very clunky. So I saw a Pox RF video, and he was talking about Jug. It just really made me want to like go out and figure out how to make an RF Jug. So that's what we did. This is like way out of my wheelhouse. I usually don't do builds like these. I think I've only done like one or two builds like these. So this is still pretty foreign to me. But we made it through the campaign fairly easily. We've got our 3 ascendancies. Yeah, now I literally just hit maps. And so I'm expecting this to be kind of awful because our gear is just kind of like piecemealed. Our weapon is straight dookie. But we haven't really died a whole lot. We died, I think I've died like 6 times throughout the campaign. And some of that is just my own stupidity with not really knowing how to play Jug very well. And, you know, not knowing the limitations of the character. So I realized that DPS on Jug is like a lot lower than, say, Inquisitor, but I feel very tanky. And it's because like I felt tanky on the carrying golem, but I wanted to try a character that was like truly very thick. So that's what we're trying to achieve. I'm trying to achieve like decent DPS with like insane survivability. And you're probably wondering like, well, why don't you just play Pox's Jug RF? And it's like, I've never been one, especially within PoE, I've never been one to just play somebody else's build. It's just kind of boring. At the end of the day, I get really bored if it's not something that I created and that I, you know, theory crafted and tested myself, stuff like that. So that's more or less the reason why I decided to make my own. And so far I'm pretty damn happy with it. There's still some kinks to work out. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do about Chaos Res. I don't know how good the damage is gonna be, like scaling into like the later tier maps and whatnot. I'm thinking most likely it's gonna be a cluster jewel situation. So we'll just have to wait and see. I gotta do some POB warrior shit and like hunker down and really figure out like what the next move is, because my POB currently is only set up for like level 80 like as soon as we hit maps. So I still have a lot of work to do to to start proving like the rest of the map area, or the rest of the leveling and the rest of the maps, and you know, get it to a point where we can do T16 maps and then fabricate the POB for the end game, right? This is like more or less what it looks like in like before you hit maps. Then I'll work on the map POB and then I'll work on the end game POB. And so that's kind of my thought process with this whole thing. And so I know it's a little bit backwards. Generally speaking, you would do your in-game POB and then do the leveling. I've kind of decided to do it a bit differently. So we're just kind of working at it a little bit bass backwards. But as you can see, I mean, tier 1 maps with shit gear, like we're like straight fresh out of the campaign. I'm happy. We're like what? How much? 24K? minus like negative res. I think it's a pretty good start. I was afraid that with this POB, because we only take like a handful of actual damage nodes, and obviously it scales off life, and then we decided to take unyielding instead of unrelenting because I felt like we were going to be tanky enough. But I didn't think that we were going to have enough damage. I was really worried about hitting maps. So doing this first map and having it be so easy really makes me very happy about moving into like minimum tier 10s, right? Because I think I can scale the damage enough without having to invest too much in like as far as like getting into maps. That I think we can hit yellows and early reds fairly easily as we continue to level. And so I think maybe specking Delirium to get some like kind of junk cluster jewels. And then like maybe this setup right here is where we stop with the passive tree. And then we immediately go into a dual cluster setup. And then that's what helps us push into T16 and beyond. So like I said, I still have a lot of work to do, but this is my early iteration of RF Jug, and I'm super happy with it. So I think this is the build as far as like the channel goes for the rest of the league. And my next build, I think this is the build that I'm going to 100% be focusing on. And that's why I'm making a video on it. With that said, I'm going to end the video here because I don't really have much else to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're excited and interested to follow the RF Jug journey, be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me what you guys think of the build so far. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, they are always welcome as always. And I will see you guys in the next update video. You guys take care. Be good.